A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant ruling, a Tennessee state court judge has temporarily blocked Republican Governor Bill Lee's deployment of National Guard troops to the city of Memphis, citing potential violations of the state's militia law. Chancellor Patricia Head Moskal of the Davidson County Chancery Court made the ruling on Monday, asserting that the law requires the Tennessee General Assembly to authorize the activation of the National Guard for public safety purposes. The judge's decision came in response to a lawsuit filed by state lawmakers and Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris, who argued that the deployment of troops for crime-fighting efforts was unconstitutional and illegal under Tennessee law. Chancellor Moskal emphasized that the crime rates in Memphis did not constitute a grave emergency or disaster that would justify the governor's unilateral decision to send troops in his capacity as commander-in-chief of the state's military forces. The ruling effectively halts the deployment of Tennessee National Guard personnel until further court proceedings can take place. However, the order will not take effect for 5 days, allowing Governor Lee the opportunity to appeal the decision. The National Guard troops began patrolling Memphis as part of a federal task force aimed at combating crime following a request from former President Donald Trump in September. The task force was established in response to rising crime rates in the city, which has faced a surge in violent incidents, including assaults, carjackings, and homicides. Since the arrival of the National Guard on October 10th, the troops have been actively patrolling neighborhoods and commercial areas, wearing military police uniforms and equipped with firearms, although officials have stated that they do not have arrest powers. Mayor Harris, who is one of the plaintiffs in the case, expressed satisfaction with the court's decision, stating, "This is a positive step toward ensuring the rule of law applies to everyone, including everyday Tennesseans and even the governor." The lawsuit highlights a growing concern among local officials and community activists regarding the use of military forces for law enforcement purposes, particularly in the absence of a formal request from local authorities. The legal battle in Tennessee reflects a broader national debate over the deployment of National Guard troops in urban areas, particularly those led by Democratic officials. Critics, including Democrats, have accused Trump of abusing military powers intended for genuine emergencies, such as an invasion or rebellion. Similar challenges have arisen in other cities, including Los Angeles, Portland, Chicago, and Washington, D.C., where the use of the National Guard has faced legal scrutiny. In the case of Memphis, the situation is unique as the troops are deployed by the Republican state governor, which raises questions about the balance of power between state and federal authorities. While the state maintains that the governor has the authority to deploy the National Guard as needed, the plaintiffs argue that such actions require legislative approval and should only be taken in response to significant threats to public safety. As the legal proceedings continue, the future of the National Guard's role in Memphis remains uncertain. The situation underscores the ongoing tensions between federal and state governance, particularly in the context of law enforcement and public safety. Community leaders have called for a more focused approach to addressing crime in Memphis, emphasizing the need for targeted efforts against violent offenders rather than a broad military presence in neighborhoods. The outcome of this legal challenge could set a precedent for how states navigate the deployment of National Guard troops in response to crime and civil unrest in the future. With the governor's appeal on the horizon, all eyes will be on the courts as they determine the legality of the National Guard's presence in Memphis and potentially beyond. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.